Hey there, it's Elizabeth from Living Vibrantly, and it is day 4 of my 3-day refresh. In other words, yesterday was the last day. So I'm going to be just giving my thoughts for kind of in closing and what today was like getting back to normal. So, quick intro. I won't go into too much detail. If you want more detail about this program and why I was doing it, check out the previous videos in the same playlist on my channel. So yesterday, and then again this morning, I weighed myself because my starting weight was at night, and then my final weight was in the morning. But I ended up losing just about exactly 10 pounds, 10.1. And again, I think it was really because I was abnormally bloated, having gotten back from vacation and eating things I don't normally eat. Fried foods, sweets, a lot more sugar, alcohol. I mean, I do eat those things, but not every single day like I was when we were at Disney. So I would say that maybe my results are not typical, but that's also kind of what this program is intended for. It's for someone who is wanting to shake that icky, bloated feeling after a holiday or a special occasion, vacation, or it could be to help you lean out and de-bloat before a big event if you want to look sleek in your dress or your outfit. Or it can be for a quick win if you want to kickstart a weight loss or healthy living program. Just a really, I don't want to say it's easy because it's not easy, but you get a guidebook and it tells you exactly what to eat and when for the result that you're wanting. So if you're starting a new diet or a new exercise routine, it's hard to change your behavior. And then if you don't see quick results, it's kind of like you start to wonder, is this really worth it? So this shows you, hey, it's possible to move the scale. And then once you start seeing those longer term results, it's like you get that initial motivation until the longer term motivating factors start to kick in. So today, the day after, like I said, I lost 10.1 pounds, and I measured this morning, and I lost 2 inches off of my waist, and smaller than it like it was an inch bigger than normal, and now it's an inch smaller than normal, or it was this morning. I lost 1 inch off my hips, half an inch off each thigh, half an inch off each arm. Lost some of those biceps, but hey. Hopefully it was just water weight, maybe some fat, hopefully not muscle on my arms. But a total of 5 inches. Chest measurement stayed the same, exactly the same. So, yeah, those results are pretty dramatic, definitely at the higher end of what I've heard from people about this program. In terms of how I felt, well, I've gone back today to having some dairy. I had a little bit of milk in my Shakeology, and I've had legumes. There were beans in my chili at lunch. There was meat. Have I had any gluten? Yeah, I think there was some couscous in the chili too. So I've had it all. No alcohol yet. But a lot of vegetables too, along with that, and fruits like normal. So the whole idea of this program is you eliminate any foods that might possibly be irritants to the body, causing inflammation. And then, the way that we normally eat, or that I normally eat, with some meat and some gluten and some dairy, those things are inherently a bit inflammatory, but then I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and spices that turn down that inflammation and counteract it, that have a natural anti-inflammatory effect. So I still feel like my diet, I don't feel it's necessary for me to do a completely plant-based diet long term, but I do think having a lot of plants in your diet is important. And so that's kind of what you can experience with the 3-day refresh if you're not used to eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. It teaches you some really delicious ways to prepare them, but it's all fruits and vegetables along with vegan protein in your shakes, no soy. In terms of energy, I mean, the biggest thing I noticed, you don't exercise on the program, and that was really hard for me. I was eating less than normal. Most of my food was not cooked. It was cold. There were a couple cooked dishes, but the dinner recipes involve some cooking, most of them. But you're eating a lot of salads and smoothies. So I just found that I was cold all the time. And that was tough for me, especially not exercising. Exercising makes me warm too. So that was the biggest thing I noticed. It's like, it's spring here. It's not that cold, but I was like wearing thick, heavy socks in bed and like my fleece over my pajamas. So definitely, you know, there was some effect on my metabolism. The plan is formulated with medium chain triglycerides and other things to naturally help boost your metabolism so that it doesn't completely tank during the program. But I think that's another reason it's only 3 days, and you know, we need more calories than that on an ongoing basis. So I did feel cold, but other than the first day, I really didn't feel that I was lacking in energy. I think it was, you know, I'm used to just eating most of the time when I'm hungry. I eat a lot of high volume foods that are not calorie dense. I eat a lot of vegetables. And so, like normally I just kind of eat almost continuously throughout the day. So it was weird for me to take a break in between, you know, it's like lunch, then an hour in your snack, then an hour and or more and dinner, but at least an hour in between breakfast, morning snack, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner, and then nothing after dinner until bedtime. So that was unusual for me to not just eat when I'm hungry. And I think the stretches in the afternoon between like after lunch and then before dinner, even with that afternoon snack, it just was hard for me. And it wasn't terrible because you do get that snack in there. You're never going more than a couple of hours without eating. But then when you do eat, it's not as satisfying as having, you know, the amount of fat that you're having is limited. And the amount of protein that I was eating, even though it was about 60 grams a day, it was less than I'm used to. Usually I think it's 100 grams or more that I eat. So I did feel hungry, but not like starving, uncomfortably hungry. I was able to focus on whatever I was doing. Other than Friday, which I said was pretty hard, like I kept losing my train of thought a lot on the first day. Saturday and Sunday, it really turned around and I felt really good. I thought today that I might feel terrible going back. Like I had a donut this morning at work and like I said, I've been having dairy and meat and I thought I might be able to see a really huge difference, and I don't feel yucky or, you know, queasy. So, but I do feel different, you know, the kind of, I feel like there's like a different quality to that plant-based energy coming into your cells. Call me crazy, but you know, it just almost is like a little like tingly buzz. So I definitely, at this point, am feeling like I will do this again, either after a vacation or holiday or before a big event where I got, you know, a cute dress with a fitted waistline or something like that, or going to be in a bathing suit. But that was my experience. Let me know if you have questions. If you think this sounds interesting and you want to try it, or you think you might, shoot me an email. We can talk about it. My info should be right below this video. If you want to hear about fitness programs and, oh, I also wanted to say, well, yeah, so if you want to hear more like this, subscribe to my channel. But lastly, why would I take on a program that is somewhat restricted when I'm recovering from an eating disorder? Okay, so first of all, in looking at this, it's really, really important to know yourself. So my eating disorder was compulsive overeating, so it wasn't at heart a restricting disorder. So somebody with a history of anorexia might have a really different experience with this program, or, might really have to consider carefully if they want to try this. That being said, I do have a history of restricting at times, and that's, I think, why I didn't try this. I was in that restrict and binge cycle for a lot of years, and I really, really didn't want to go back there. So I was, I thought a lot about whether I was going to take this on, and I was really watching myself, and I was ready to quit if I found that it was triggering the same kind of thinking in me that I associate with my eating disorder being active in the past. And I mean, who's to say why it didn't happen, but it didn't. So for me, I just think the key for me and for anyone is to really stay mindful, stay open, be observant, notice what's happening. And it was really cool, like during this program. I mean, I usually work out pretty hard, and it was a really neat experience just doing yoga those 3 days. It was a lot more meditative, calm feeling. And I, did take time to meditate and do breath work. And it was, I would say it was a mental and spiritual experience in addition to, the physical side of things. So, I just wanted to throw that in for people who, if you're following me because you also have a history of an eating disorder, those are some things to consider. And it's not that I would say you should or shouldn't do this program, but you need to consider it really carefully because it could potentially be triggering. And that's, the last thing that I would want. Taking care of you and staying healthy is absolutely number one. And I want to make that really, really clear. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye.